Welcome, 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 everyone. You are tuned in for another The Talk with myself, Mr. Scott Lylander. I'm an ambassador for Total HiFi Experience, and we have got the New York International Audio Show coming up this weekend. Jason Tavares from HiFi Loft. Can you believe that the New York International Audio Show is this weekend?
I'm so excited. It's been I've been waiting for it for it seems forever since the last New York show, and this one is all new, and everybody's talking about it in this area, so can't wait.
Wonderful. And this is the inaugural event in New York for T.H.E, which would be Total HiFi Experience. And if you do not have your tickets, ladies and gentlemen, friends, audiophiles out there, concert goers, if you do not have your tickets, go to theshownow.com and you will be able to get those online ahead of time or at the door in at the Hilton Hasbrouck Heights Meadowlands. And that is going to be a fantastic time. Tonight, I have the privilege to talk with one of our exhibitors there, Jason with HiFi Loft. Jason, welcome to the talk.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's start off with, tell us about HiFi Loft and what do you do, and what do you bring into the show?
So HiFi Loft is my audio shop. We've been around in one form or another since 2010, I would say, is when I really launched the two-channel, audio store. Back then it was called Adirondack Audio and Video, and there was an entire, part of the organization that did custom integration and whole house automation. But my passion was always for two-channel stereo hi-fi, and I convinced my partners to let me open up a small hi-fi store in upstate New York. And I had lived here for almost a decade at that point, and there was no place for me to go buy stereo equipment. Every place, people I met would tell me about places in the past that had closed. All the places had closed in the 90s and early in the 2000s. So when I opened my store, immediately it became a destination, and people were so thankful that they had a place to come and audition hi-fi gear, and it was a wonderful experience. I started to develop a customer base quite rapidly, and within 5 years, I was encouraged to open a second location, and that was in New York City. So since 2015, I've had HiFi Loft, which was the new name, in New York City. I started in Manhattan, moved briefly to Brooklyn, but now since 2020, I'm back in Manhattan on West 44th between 9th and 10th. And I got a townhouse there. And I have always participated in whatever New York show there was. And I always felt like there was so much potential for a great show in New York City. And I'm hoping that, with T.H.E now involved and hosting this thing, it's going to really grow to be the success that it always should have been. But I will be there with 2 rooms, big, conference rooms on the first floor. They're called EMC 1 and 2 are the room numbers. One of them is going to be entirely dedicated to Audio Group Denmark. So I was one of the first dealers in the country to pick up the first 3 brands and now 4 brands of Audio Group Denmark. So that's Borison Speakers, Avic Electronics, Ansu's Cables and Interconnects, and their new, more affordable line of Axis products. They will have an entire room to show what they can do, from entry level right through to a high-end system involving, M2 speakers and bi-amping them with their high-end electronics. That'll be a very impressive room. And then next door, I will have a room featuring Triangle loudspeakers from France.
Okay. Yeah.
and Elektrokompaniet electronics from Norway.
Okay.
There'll also be Soul Lines turntables, which is a small line of boutique turntables from Serbia that I've been involved with, for 10 years now at least. And yeah, the cabling in that room will be all Nordost cabling.
Wonderful. So the M2s are going to be the feature Borison speakers that are coming to New York?
Correct. We're going to have enough space in that room to actually have multiple systems, and we'll play different systems at different times. But the showpiece system will have the M2s with the 800 series amplifiers, and I think they're D3 level on SUSE cables.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel Cawley. He's back here, and we're going to have to roll with it, Mr. Daniel. So you do have of course, because you have a larger room, then you're able to have different Borison, Anzus, Avic, and Axis components in that one room. That's wonderful. And then you're able to put the triangles into your second room, and with the Elektrokompaniet, right? That's your line of electronics. And the turntables from Serbia remind me of that brand.
Soul Lines.
Soul Lines.
So it's handmade tables in Belgrade, and years ago, Art Dudley did a review in Stereophile of their Kubrick model. They are, it's quite boutique. I mean, very few of these are made every year, but they're very impressive tables, beautifully manufactured. Lots of engineering goes into them, and it's kind of the passion project of the owner designer.
Okay, and I know that I know that going to the shows is a great opportunity to see a huge amount of gear and to get to listen to that. And I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to be in New York on Friday, but I'm missing out. But our ambassadors, we have a number of ambassadors out there who are going to be, covering the show on social media and posting and tagging to theshownow.com. So I will vicariously get to see those systems through the social media. And that's one of I really appreciate it as one of the changes in the audiophile industry is sort of, a going away from the physical media, like physical magazines, and into the YouTube world and just different online spaces that we can participate in here. But I know that you did say that you got an article written up on HiFi Loft in Stereophile.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, really. I had met Julie Mullins at the Munich high-end show one year. And I mean, I didn't even know it was her. I didn't put the face to the name at first. We met like over lunch at the cafeteria at the big show, Munich show. And then like it was partly into, the conversation, I realized that, she's a reviewer with Stereophile, and she's just such a genuinely nice person and so enthusiastic about, what she does and what she writes about. And when, news got out about, HiFi Loft becoming a separate entity. So I didn't go into that yet, but basically what happened, 2 years ago, I left my partners. I really had zero interest in home automation. I'm a hi-fi enthusiast through and through. It's really about the music for me. I don't even have a technical background. I just love, live music. I love music in all forms. And when I hear a system that reproduces that music convincingly, and I get the goosebumps, and it's such a magical experience, and I love sharing that experience with my customers. So for me, the automation was just like a sideshow, and for my partners, the 2-channel stuff was like this ridiculous thing that audiophiles are interested in. But the real money is in the whole house automation and Crestron systems and all this. And I tried to get excited about their stuff, and they tried to get excited about mine. But the best thing was for us to part ways, and I created HiFi Loft as a separate entity, a separate business entity. And I still have 2 locations. I've got my location in New York City, and I opened up a new store separate from them up in Glens Falls, New York, which is right on the foothills of the Adirondacks.
Okay.
And
So,
each location stresses a different type of audio, So in the city, it's a much more boutique, high-end experience. We're mostly by appointment. It's a very residential kind of space. And up here, I'm in an old industrial building, actually, with high ceilings and just a huge open space here. And I have lots of used records for sale, and it's a little bit, with the exception of these giant Klipsch Jubilees behind me, it tends to be more reasonably priced gear up here, which is what the local market kind of demands,
including Triangle loudspeakers, which are made in France, correct?
Triangle has just been an incredible success story, because they offer speakers starting as low as $299 and going all the way up to $20,000. And their affordable stuff, gosh, I mean, they came out with a speaker several years ago called the Berea BR03. And I think the initial price was $549.
Yeah.
And the review, I mean, many people called it the best sounding speaker under $1,000.
And they got a ton of reviews too.
Yeah, I mean, it was they just hit it out of the ballpark. It's unbelievable what they could accomplish.
What a great way to start.
Yeah, and so it's and I have lots of young people coming in here.
That's great.
And they're buying records, they're buying turntables, and they just need good sounding but affordable speakers. And Triangle has a lot of that to offer. They have a lot of models under $5,000.
Yeah.
Now at the show, we're going to be showing some of the more affordable Triangle, but I'll also have their top of the line Quators that has the rear firing tweeter and 2 horn-loaded tweeters, one front and rear, and it's a big 3-way design, handmade in France. It's part of the Magellan line. I mean, one man actually makes all of the drivers, so you can see exactly what they can accomplish when budget isn't such a primary concern.
And as someone who I've been collecting high-end audio for about 6 or 7 years, and I've been going up the lines and just been able to build a better and better and better system. And that's just one of the great things about today is that people can get into it and not get a second mortgage and still have wonderful music and get the opportunity to collect records and hang out at shops like you.
Absolutely. I take trade-ins, so I have a big collection of used gear. I mean, you can really get into this hobby for very little money. You need the interest, and especially the obsession with music helps, and the money will come. I mean, these young people who come in here, someday they'll have better jobs, they can upgrade their system, they can discover their music again and again and again, because that's the remarkable thing. You must know from your experience. I mean, you upgrade your system and suddenly you're playing the same music you heard before, but you're hearing it for the first time, it seems like.
And it's not a cliche. It's true. It's absolutely true. I'm like, oh my, when someone, the biggest audiophile sort of language is the veil has been removed. But honestly, when you modify your system where you're like, the cliche has come real, then you start listening to your records all over again. It's just been like, wow. My friend Larry Stugel says, what a contrast. I spy micro Tannoy and huge Klipsch Jubilee. Thank you, Larry, for being here. But you're not bringing the well, I know you're not bringing the Jubilees to
Oh
the
boy, I
show.
would
That
love
would just
to,
take.
but these are not easy to move, and
They are not easy to move.
I'm
Um,
trying to keep my life relatively stress-free. So
that's good. From a logistical point of view, Jason, how favorable are you to having the New York International Audio Show in New Jersey and not proper downtown? Is that something that has, is there benefits and trade-offs to that location spot?
definitely both. I mean, there are huge benefits in terms of the ease of load in and load out.
Yeah.
Doing that in Manhattan is a nightmare. It'll usually involve getting a ticket at some point or another. I mean, it's crazy trying to, unload all the kinds of equipment in the streets of Manhattan. The other issue is that people outside of Manhattan, it's an effort, and it's expensive to get into the city to go see a show. I mean, parking is prohibitively expensive. Um,
Yeah.
so it's right across the river in New Jersey. I've been to the venue. I went and
Hmm.
checked it out. Beautiful, I mean, stunning view of the New York skyline from the back of the hotel. But the hotel has a parking lot for free. I
Yes.
mean,
And
you can
yeah.
drive in and leave your car and walk inside. They have doors throughout the first floor for load in. It's just going to be a much easier experience. And for the people who aren't living in Manhattan, so, I mean, much easier to get to. I mean, like I said, you can drive there. It's right off the highway, and there's ample parking, and it's just going to be a lot easier for people and a lot more affordable.
Well,
The
I want
trade-off,
to.
the trade-off is, of course, the people who do live in Manhattan have to get to Jersey, and I hope that they, realize that it's worth the effort. I briefly moved my shop to Brooklyn. Now you can
Okay.
imagine Brooklyn is still New York City,
Yeah.
unless you live in New York City. Because in Brooklyn, people say the city, meaning Manhattan.
Yeah.
But I moved the shop to Brooklyn, and I had an incredible space, a true loft.
Yeah.
It was so big that I had live music events. I actually had a stage built in one end of the place. It was so much fun, but I had a lot of customers in Manhattan that refused to go to Brooklyn, believe it or not. So I hope they will make the effort to cross over the river and go to Jersey. It'll be worth it.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want to encourage everyone out there in the greater area. Make sure to hit up the New York International Audio Show. As you said, the benefits are there, and downtown is not that far. So hats off to the management at Total HiFi Experience for making that call. I know I've only heard a few people been like, sort of complaining, but I really want to give a hats off because I've heard a lot of positive things about this location as well. So
It's a beautiful hotel. Like I said, when I heard about it, I went to check it out, and I mean, it is just so much bigger, and it affords much more opportunity for people to listen to systems in a setting that will actually allow them to hear what the system's capable of. Because even the hotel rooms are larger than the hotel rooms in Manhattan. I mean, they were very small whenever I did a show in the city.
well, of course, the next show is New York. And then following New York, we've got the show in Las Vegas. That's going to be pretty spectacular. I know it's been a while since we've done Las Vegas, and I can't wait. I've heard things about the hotel there. Of course, we've got the Lone Star Audio Fest in Austin, Texas, and the main show in Southern California, Costa Mesa. So there's 4 different shows by T.H.E, and I hope that I hope people making where they find themselves available to go see a show, because I mean it's so much fun.
It is,
It's
and it's
it,
such an opportunity.
there's
I mean,
shopping
seriously,
there.
what can you do? I mean, imagine all of the hi-fi stores you'd have to visit in order to be able to experience all the
Yeah.
brands that you can experience at a show.
Yeah. And one of the things that one of the criticisms that I hear about shows is that, it's not a good space for listening because they got to set it up in short time. I got to say, I've been to a number of different shows, not only THE but other shows as well, and some of the rooms you walk in, it's just like I could sit here all day long and just listen to this gorgeous music. It gives you a flavor of, sometimes you just don't understand what the one component does, but it gives you an understanding of how the synergy is created. And then also, if the you know if the vendor is able to set it up and create that magic, it's just like that guy is doing a great job because he only has a weekend to set it up, right?
I mean, you don't have a weekend to set it up. You have a
Well,
day. You have, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you
it's
can't be
it's do or
setting up when the
die,
show's
right? It's
going
it's
on.
like
So
we're
you've
gonna
got
make
one
this sound
day.
as good as.
I mean, but you learn. I mean, the rooms are usually the same. Now, this will be a bit of a challenge for me because I've got conference rooms this time, and it'll be the first time I'm actually showing in rooms that are this large.
Okay,
But typically, a hotel room is a hotel room, and you get
yeah,
quite experienced at the process of, you almost know exactly how you're going to set it up before you even get there because most of the rooms have very similar acoustics. And it's true, the acoustics are not great, but it is a level playing field. All these manufacturers have the same situation, and
yeah,
you have to think about it like an appetizer. You go there and you hear what it sounds like there, and if you really like it, you can always go to your
that's
local hi-fi store and check it out in person. There.
awesome. Absolutely. Now, we were chatting before the live stream, and I dropped another bomb on you, and that is that there's a concert at this show.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It is exciting. So that's going to happen on Saturday, October the 25th in Salon Number B. The doors open at 6:30. The event begins at 7, and we have the amazingly talented musician Emiko Carlin with her guitar. It's either going to be Carlos or the other guitar. I love how she has proper names for her instruments. We've got another ambassador for the show who did his first sort of THE live in Costa Mesa in 20 like this year. And we also have got Larry Mitchell, and Larry Mitchell he's helped people put together music, record music, and he's an amazing music artist yourself. So this is going to be something that everyone doesn't want to miss there, and it's just another reason to come.
I can't wait.
Yep. And of course, you can buy records there.
They're going to be record vendors.
Uh, the shows that I have been to, there's been record vendors. So I can't speak directly. There might be at New York, but at the other THE shows that I've been to, there have been record vendors. So just more things to do.
Looks like I'll be spending money as well.
Absolutely, yes.
I can't walk by display of records for sale without finding something I want.
Oh, it's a good addiction.
I will say, as far as the gear goes, we will be having show specials as well. So if people come to our rooms and they like what they hear and are interested in purchasing, there will be discounts available for purchasing at the show.
Awesome.
Even if it's not something that you can take home with you, we can ship to your door.
Yeah.
Definitely trying to build up excitement for this, even in terms of maybe being able to satisfy one of your audiophile itches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I also want to tell you there'll be some exciting new products.
Oh, please do.
So Audio Group Denmark is going to be showing their brand new BBMs, the Boris and Bass modules. These are the subwoofers that have been announced and have been shown at some shows, but are not yet released.
Okay.
We're going to have those there. We are also going to have the brand new Electrocompagnie EC5 preamp.
Okay.
So this has been shown on static display. It has only recently started to be shown actually, being used in a system, and we're going to have one available, and we're going to be using it with their top-end AW800M monoblocks. So this is quite exciting. It's not every day that Electrocompagnie comes out with a new preamp.
Yeah, that's great. That'll be fantastic. Is it solid state or tube?
It's solid state.
Solid state.
Electrocompagnie, it's always been solid state.
Okay. Okay. Cool. See, now when you go to shows, you get to figure out, more about the brands and what they've been about and listen. But Jason, this has been a fantastic conversation, and I'm really pumped for the show and just to see it vicariously. Did we? Is there anything in the last few minutes that we're going to hang out here this Sunday night? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I mean, I just, mentioned the new products, which is really important. We're also going to have some guests there. So Peter Hansen of Audio Group Denmark will be there, representing, those brands.
Yep.
And for Electrocompagnie, we have the head product designer, Volker Hunger, coming over from Norway. So he will be on hand to answer any questions about, the design of Electrocompagnie products going way back. I mean, I think he's the person who's been at the company the longest at this point. I mean, since the 1990s, I think he's been there. He's had his hand in almost every product they've come out with in the last 2 decades. So he's a font of information.
Incredible. Yeah, that's great. Truly international.
Definitely. I mean, that's one reason I love selling hi-fi gear, is because it's a truly international endeavor. I mean, I've got brands from all over the world, and each one represents a unique, design vision, and it's exciting hearing what they sound like when you put them together.
And I made the comment, I love meeting new audiophiles and talking with audiophiles because just of sort of the commonality, right? We all love the music, we love the gear, we love to talk about things that have worked great for us, and sometimes some things that haven't worked great. But this has been wonderful, Jason, to meet you and chat hi-fi and audio and the audio show.
Yeah, it was great to meet you, Scott, and I really appreciate being invited on.
Excellent. Well, everyone, I just want to give a great big shout out. I want everyone to go to theshownow.com, get your tickets. It is this Friday. Jason's not even panicking, but
yeah, I am.
Yeah, because there's a lot of work to do, and it has to be flawless. But I'm sure you're going to get both of those rooms amazing. You've had your New York HiFi Loft since 2015. How long has the upstate store been around for?
The store's been around since 2010.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I've been in this location since 2023.
Yeah, so I mean, you got the history there. You got the repetitions in and doing this, and you're still doing it because you love it.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
I hope lots and lots of people come to experience this show. So
I do too, because it is going to be awesome. I love it. I absolutely love music and hi-fi, and we'll see you there. So Jason, have a wonderful Sunday evening and a great week ahead. And on Friday, the New York International Audio Show.
I hope to see everybody there.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye now.